What is the number one strategy that research has proven is the best way to study? It's called distributed practice, and it's a key strategy for the storage phase of learning. Dr. Ebbinghaus taught us that we'll forget 75% of what we thought we had learned today. How can you keep that from happening? For new learning to take place, it must be familiar and it must make sense. One of the best ways to make this happen is through distributed practice. Let's say you read something for history on Monday, and it's all new information for you. After that initial reading, you'll probably remember only about 1/4 of the content. On Tuesday, you ask a few questions in class, and presumably your teacher will expand on what you read last night. The next night, you're assigned another reading, and in addition to doing this reading, now is the time that you should go back to Monday's reading and skim it over. Do you remember the key concepts? Can you define the words in bold? Monday's information should now be familiar. And when you put it together with Wednesday's reading and Tuesday's notes from class, the sequence of events should start to make sense. Throughout the week and over the weekend, continue to do your new homework, but also look back over your old homework. This distributed practice will strengthen the pathways between the neurons that hold everything you're studying, and that means it's going from working memory into long-term storage. You're telling your brain, hey, wait a minute, I want to remember that. And by reviewing your material every few days, you're going to be seeing it with fresh eyes and making new connections, which means you're doing more than just memorizing a few key words. You're reaching for a higher goal, transfer. You're now seeing the big picture and understanding how everything relates to each other and how it's relative to your world. You're also gaming the system for later. Even if you aren't interested in history, those neural networks that you're creating can be used later for other subjects, whether it's math, science, or learning lyrics to a new song. Those pathways can be used for all sorts of learning down the road. And there's another bonus. By the time you get the study guide, you should be able to look at it and say, yeah, I know that, and I know that, and I can write about the connections between this and that, so there'll be no need to cram the night before because you are ready for the test.